Hey everyone, how's it going? I am Amy. I run Eat, Breathe, Move here, and I like to share all the information that I've learned along the way about how to eat for energy. I learned to meditate to reduce stress and move my body around, and all the benefits that creates as well. And today I wanted to talk about more in the line of this series of how to feed yourself. And I was driving home from work today, and the thought popped into my mind of, why go through all this effort? Why go to the grocery store and chop your vegetables to make your meals? And we have grocery stores where you can buy lean cuisine and frozen pizzas and pretty much everything pre-made. So why do you want to spend the time to actually make your food? And I think there are many reasons, and everyone might have one that speaks to them. One for me is supporting local farmers. I believe that we are very much in a monocrop society these days, where corn and soy and wheat are so heavily produced and subsidized that they end up in everything, even though they're not that nutritionally beneficial. And so I want to support the people that are maintaining a diversity in the farms, and that's important to me. The other thing that's important to me is, just as I've gotten older and really have explored this cooking for myself, my food tastes better than a lot of the other food that a lot of restaurants I'll go to, and it doesn't even taste that good anymore. That's how good my cooking is now. And I think part of it is packaged food has a lot of chemicals in it that mess with your taste buds. And one of the practices I talk about with my clients is this idea of reclaiming your taste buds, that once you get off processed food, vegetables taste better. And I wonder if a lot of people don't like vegetables because they're just eating a lot of processed food and it doesn't taste that good to them. The other reason I'm going through all this effort of cooking for myself is just I want to be as healthy as I can for as long as I can. And I know that super processed and refined carbohydrates are not good for me. I know that large amounts of sugar are not good for me. I know that industrial seed oils are not good for me. And not to mention high fructose corn syrup and, to mention high fructose corn syrup and partially hydrogenated oils. I avoid those things. And when you start avoiding those things, you have to start cooking for yourself. It is you can't even buy salad dressing that's made with olive oil. It's going to have canola oil in it. And I know people think that canola oil is healthy, but that I wouldn't. Well, I do eat it sometimes because when you go to Whole Foods, that's all you can get in their hot food bar. But I avoid it as much as possible. And by having that be something I avoid, I have to cook for myself. Thank you for the thumbs up. So for me, my main goal of eating this way is to be healthy, to have more energy, to make sure my brain works all day, so I'm not falling asleep at 3 o'clock every day, which was a very real situation for me for probably more than a decade. I was pretty much falling asleep at my desk. I mean, literally my head down at my desk. People would make fun of me, but what can you do? So that to me is the most important thing. And I just think in this day and age, with the way that food politics is, with who gets subsidized and who doesn't, eating my own food is really an act of rebellion. I am sticking it to the man, and whenever I can do that, especially if it's benefiting me as much as cooking and eating my own food benefits me, I'm more than happy to do it. So I want you to really think about, is the way that you're currently feeding yourself serving you? Do you get headaches all the time? I lived a life of headaches that didn't go away until now. I have a headache every now and then. Before, I just lived a life of a headache, and I don't have that experience anymore. So think about if what you're eating is serving you, and do you know in the back of your head that you need to make this change, but you just don't want to do the work? And that's okay if you don't. Don't beat yourself up about it if you're not ready to make that change. This is not easy. It's taken me a very long time to get here, and it was a struggle. It's just until recently that I would cook before, but I didn't really enjoy it, and now I enjoy cooking. And again, it's just something that comes with practice and confidence. So if you are ready to make a change, that you know that you want to try to figure out a better way to feed yourself, that maybe you just want to spend less money on going out to eat, or maybe you have a health condition and your doctor told you need to cut back on your sugar, which I think everyone could benefit with. And literally, you cannot get away from sugar and processed food. So maybe your doctor told you need to eat better, but you don't know how. My mom didn't teach me how to cook. Luckily, I had some friends' mothers who helped me, and other friends along the way, where I got to help them cook, and I learned to cook myself. But it can be done. And to that end, I put together what I called the How the Heck Do I Feed Myself Masterclass. And in this class, I'm teaching you what I do on a weekly basis in order to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner made by me without having to spend every hour in the kitchen. Generally, when I cook, I'll cook on Sundays. That'll prep me for my lunches for the week, and then I have little dinners when I get home from work. So I'm not spending a ton of time in the kitchen during the week, but I'm doing a good amount of prep and cooking on the weekend. And for me, that's how my schedule works. Your schedule might work another way. But I think I have a very good framework that people can plug into and take what works for them and leave what doesn't. It's just a good place to start. So in the class, I'll go over, how do you plan what you're going to eat for the week? How do you stock your pantry so that you have what I like to call emergency meal ingredients, and then your the general ingredients that you need when you're cooking. What are the absolutely essential tools that you have to have in the kitchen? If you're just a beginner cook, don't go get a Vitamix, don't go get a gigantic food processor. I'll tell you, these are the tools that you'll have to have in order to make cooking as easy as possible, and I'll share that with you. And I think by the end of the class, you're going to have a plan for the week, your list ready to go, and an idea of how you can make cooking easier. And a change in mindset about the fact that cooking is hard. It's something that we just have to deprogram ourselves from, because advertising wants us to think that we can't do it, and I'm here to tell you can. So I'm going to put a link below for the information about the class and the link to sign up, and I hope you can make it. It is my delight to share this information with everyone. I would really like to see a rebellion start up where people stop buying Pop-Tarts and start, eating real whole food that's gonna keep their brain working and, just support their body nutritionally as well. And that might be boring to some people, but I think it's important to think about food as fuel and making sure our body gets what it needs to keep functioning. So I hope you can join the class. Drop in the comments below if you think you'll be able to make it. It's on this Sunday from 11 to 1 Pacific. And I'm just really excited. This is kind of the culmination of everything I've learned over the last 15 years about how to finally feed myself. And I just want to share it with everyone. So please come, and I will see you again soon.